Nothing pumps me up on a Thursday like that intro music. Still don't really know where we got that, but you can't help but dance. Drew Franklin here just got done dancing. Tyler Thompson, Nick Roush with a nice festive sweater on there. Nick Roush, I feel underdressed. That
Christmas
looks good.
sweater.
Looks good.
It's very rustic. I don't know. I do all my shopping at Sam's Club, and this one was just speaking to me. So for $20, you gotta go for it, right?
What a steal. Looking good there today. Here on the KSR Happy Hour. You all know how it works. Every Thursday, 4 o'clock, sponsored by Country Boy Brewing. Sure, I'll partake. Got a little
a week.
Hazy Jumper IPA going on at the house.
Ooh.
With a nice branded cup. As always, check out our friends at Country Boy, especially if you're in the Lexington area. Go over to Chair Avenue near KS Bar, near Rupp Arena. Go to the new pickleball place. They just keep adding lights to that. I know you all aren't local to Lexington, but the Country Boy Pickle facility just keeps getting brighter. I'm very proud of them. Anyway, check that out too. What's up, guys? How are we doing, Tyler?
It's been a week. It's been a couple weeks, man. I thought this week would be the week that everything would kind of slow down a little bit, and not really.
No.
So, but it's all right. We're going to look up and it's going to be Christmas. Christmas is 2 weeks away. That's kind of insane. I need to get my butt in order with that. But instead, I'm much happier being here with you all on Happy Hour Drinking Country Boy.
It's good to have you all on the program. There's only 3 of us. We were going to try to get Jack or Jacob, but black vans pulled up and just took them right from the office. We still don't know what happened. Crazy. But they've had a hectic 24 hours. We'll let them take a little break here for an hour. I know Jack's already been on here, and it's nonstop with Jacob. But it's good to have you, Nick and Tyler. We got a little football to get to.
Yeah.
Got a little bit of everything. We'll get off topic. It's been, as Tyler said, it's been way too serious around here. We'll have some fun. I see we have dad talk listed there. Roush can certainly guide me through some new dad tips as a new expecting father.
Yeah, it's been a week since your announcement.
Yeah, big deal.
It feels like a month, though, really.
I know. Well, for us, we've known, but keeping that secret, it's one of the hardest things I've had to do. So
though, it's just so much has happened that it's like everything is such a huge roller coaster with Big Blue Nation right now. So we'll have some fun with it today, right? We can kick back in our comfy sweaters and just have a little fun with it. Not be so sources insider, because I got to tell you, trying to chase down Scoop, it is it can be exhilarating, but it's not my favorite, right? Like but that's the time of the year we got to chase down Scoop. So we'll just have a little bit of fun this afternoon.
Yeah, before we get to the fun, we should at least address our colleague's explosive article that went out yesterday. You all are longtime KSR people. Tyler, I'll start with you. I know how proud you are. We don't normally put that much effort into anything. And Jack and Jacob absolutely crushed their report. I know people that wasn't thrown together in just a few days. That's been brewing. You could probably go back to the summer with how that originated.
I feel like I've talked to Jack and Jacob on the phone more in the past 2 days than I have like anybody in the past 2 years. I was kind of working with them yesterday just to kind of get it to the finish line. And if you've ever worked on a Google Doc with somebody and you can watch them edit, like that was me watching them yesterday while we were like talking through it all. And it was kind of crazy, but I'm so proud of them. It was not easy to put out something like that, to put your name on something like that, knowing that you're going to have to see the people that you're talking about, in a matter of days. I mean, they're going to see Mark Pope at a press conference tomorrow, or at least Jack will. I think Jacob had already planned to be out of town. So
he feels terrible about that too. He's like,
I know, I feel so bad for him. I'm his boss. I have his like PTO request from like a month ago that he had scheduled this trip. So if you all need the receipts, I've got them. But yeah, very proud of them. And it was funny, like after it went out and went viral and all that, I kind of had this moment. I was like, well, now we just got to go write a post about like a horse walking through a small town in Kentucky and like getting arrested or something. Like we got to get back to our roots and be silly. So, but no, very proud of them.
Yeah. Nick, you on the football end, you go to everything, and you've had to be critical at times. It is awkward to say something or even tweet something. And when you were doing your daily radio show, you're going to be critical at some point, and it is weird to just go and sit down, but right in front of them. But that's part of the gig.
Well, it's also different when it's a critical take versus sourcing a story that's calling out your entire player acquisition structure. You know, like from the how it's built to how you execute it. I mean, really got down to the nitty gritty. The one thing that I like too about it is that they also got people to go on the record to remind folks that, like, yeah, you know, UK, it wasn't anything they didn't do. We just wanted to go somewhere else. That's
Yeah.
part of it. But, you know, there's a lot of layers to all of this. And so I commend those guys because, as I mentioned on the top, it sucks being on the phone and having to talk to people all the time. And they are relentless when it comes to working the phones. And it's also different to just hear something and kind of shout it off in the corner or put something that you heard on KS board behind a paywall. It's completely different to do this. And, you know, like for example, like I've heard that since they started doing the JMI NIL suite, that getting stuff cleared sucks. It's a pain in the ass for tedious things. I mean, the volleyball team that's playing right now, there were people in there that were waiting 2 months for a $200 check to clear for an appearance fee. Like what? Like that's stupid.
Is that the NIL Go or is that the BBNIL suite holding that up?
Well, part of it is yes, the NIL Go. They're to blame for it. But
Yeah.
the person I know who's dealt with a lot of some sort of the minor stuff is just that JMI is a lot more eager to get things moved through the process if it's through one of their people, right?
Yeah.
And that's really the crux of all of this is
Got it.
they will help if it helps them, but are they going to be the most helpful when it doesn't have anything to do with them? Not really. And guys, I don't know about you, but I'm shocked that JMI wants a monopoly on something. I mean,
Really?
it is
Way.
mind blowing that they would want to do something. Which, I've been just echoing this point a lot lately. And like it said, but people say it all the time. It's how you do anything is how you do everything. That applied a lot to this football season with marketing, social media, all that stuff. I remember John Calipari's press conference was on every channel, every TV channel, everywhere across Kentucky. Where was Will Steins? It was on LEX and it was on WHAS. And that's it because they're the only partners. I get having monopoly maybe on weekly live stuff like that. This is your freaking new head coach. This is a huge deal. You got to put that everywhere. Like I just there's a culture issue, what that story did, and what I commend Jack and Jacob for doing is shining a light on sort of like, hey, we're worried about this because of X, Y, and Z, and it's like, oh yeah, well it turns out we weren't wrong about our concerns.
So something people have asked me, and I don't want to put you on the spot, but it's like clearly there are issues with basketball recruiting. Is there anything different happening on the football front? Obviously, we're at the start of a new tenure right now, so it's a little different. But they did get Kenny Darby. So has JMI, have there been similar holdups on the football side of things?
And it's not that I've heard, and because a lot of the friction was initial, just the transition over, because they had a good thing going. It took them. They were behind. It took them a minute. They finally had a good thing going, and I think there was a little friction initially, but so far I can't really tell. And the other part of it too is there's so much going on that everybody's being very guarded. Like I'm fascinated by the Cutter Boley, what's happening with him right now, because you know when Will Stein's pressed for it, he wants to say things. Like he wants to say, I want Cutter Boley to be my quarterback. But if you say that, then you give the agents leverage. Like there's this whole, it's this big, stupid thing we're in now where it's like, well, then the other school that wants him, now they're going to up the ante. So you can't give them too much. So it's very tenuous. There's a lot of walking on eggshells right now to try to get stuff done. And you're seeing that with some of the staff hires where you don't want to let something out of the bag too quickly or else somebody else might jump on it. So as far as JMI in particular with the NIL stuff, there was at least under Stoops, there was a sense, hey, you know, we're figuring it out. I'm not willing to go on record and say it's great because I want more, but it's good enough and it's better. That was at least how they viewed it. Is like, okay, we're moving in the right direction. We haven't had a major holdup yet. what I'm curious about is you have guys coming from Oregon, Texas A&M, and LSU. Those are your big three. Those places, they aren't low on money, right? And they also have infrastructure in place on like, this is how you should run things. What are they going to say when they come to Kentucky and Kentucky says, this is how you run things?
What is Texas's marketing rights or media rights partner? Because I know Oregon's Learfield. And I know Oregon's got a similar-ish setup to JMI, and maybe not as the current, existence of JMI in UK, but I know that Learfield's pretty actively involved in that. But
they are with Payfly, so they're kind of similar to Kentucky, where it's like JMI has ViewCon. Same thing with Texas A&M. They also just have oil money, so
yeah, more money.
We need more oil.
Yeah.
We need more billionaires. That will be a problem in this new world. You all watching, please go out and get really rich. If you're watching us right now, it's clear you care about Kentucky.
Mm-hmm.
And Kentucky volleyball.
Yeah. Which, by the way, we're having a current watch party. Quick update. 23-17 Cats in the first set playing Cal Poly.
Oh,
it's exciting.
Your YouTube TV is faster than mine.
Uh-oh.
Just went to 23.
Spoiler?
No. I'm just like a millisecond behind.
While you get caught up on that, I'll pay our bills real quick and shout out our friends at LG and E and KU. Last time I waited a little too late. Don't upset them because they control our power and they turn it on when the lights go out. It might feel like a full court press, but staying in the know is an easy win. Put in your phone number in the LG and E and KU mobile app or in my account, and when the power goes out, you'll get play-by-play text from 454-358 with updates, safety information, and time estimates for power restoration. If you can't text, they'll call your landline. Roush, you still got a landline. We know that. With the same updates, so you're never left in the dark. Because in the dark, there's no defense. But with LG&E and KU, you've always got a team working to get the lights back on and let you know the game plan. Check them out, lgne-ku.com.
Yeah, it's very convenient. I mean, and the best is whenever you get we'll be back on in an hour, and then it's like 15 minutes that it comes back on.
Oh, they surprise you?
Oh, man, that's the best. That's the best. Shout out LG, KU. And shout out Lizzie. Oh, Cats just took it. 25-18.
All right.
Everybody, cheers.
So good.
I don't know if we're allowed to encourage drinking or chugging on YouTube. There are some rules, but cheers to winning the first set.
I threw this on KS board, but I am really actually curious. What's a polytechnic? What that I don't
I have no idea. I mean,
let's look it up.
Yeah.
Because
we did this on the air, but I wasn't the one that actually looking it up, so I never got the answer.
I remember, I understand A&M, agriculture and mechanical. Okay, you're an ag school and you can do mechanical engineering, all that sort of stuff. But Polytech, so you can just do technology there? Is it all of the technologies?
It is multiple technologies. Yeah. But higher education offering courses in many subjects, especially vocational or technical subjects. A lot of nerds. Respectfully,
John Madden went to that school, so a lot of nerds.
Really?
Isn't that right? When he went with the famous alumni they listed today?
Yes, John Madden, Ozzie Smith, and there was one
Weird
more.
Al. Weird Al,
yeah. I just got a John Madden T-shirt in the mail. Shout out John Madden.
There we go. We've definitely discussed this over the summer, but I just can't wait to see Nick Cage as John Madden. That looks
that's gonna be great. When they announced that seems so dumb. Like, what do you mean Nick Cage is John Madden? Then we got that teaser. Oh, that can't get here soon enough.
Of course he is.
Also, on that somewhat topic, before we get on to our actual topics, has anyone watched the Stuart Scott documentary yet?
Not yet. It's on my list.
Yeah, I've been told might be a crier, but I'm looking forward to watching that one. Yeah, I was a big Stu Scott guy back in the day, but that came out yesterday apparently. 30 for 30 maybe?
Yeah. Yeah, this is not a good time of year for me to be catching up on shows because, it's the holiday season. There's just a lot going on, right? You're scrambling. Yesterday was my wife's birthday. So we had birthday dinner. We went out to a concert. That was pretty fun. Although,
where'd we go? Don't just skip over that. Where'd we go?
Okay, so the concert, it was the Very Creole Christmas Tour. Which
I love Nick Roush so much. Of course.
A, I love Christmas music. B, I love New Orleans jazz. It's hell yeah, both worlds coming together. We're getting the Preservation Hall Jazz Band. They're an institution. This is going to be great. I will say it might have been a little false advertising with the Creole Christmas. I mean, there was, I think, 3 Christmas songs. So,
Ah.
yeah, like I still enjoyed it quite a bit. And I mean, the guy playing piano, I don't know how he does that with his hands. Like it just, I was mesmerized, and he could make it sounded like, when you go up to a piano and you just bang the keys together and it sounds like garbage. He would make garbage sound like music. My mind was blown. They were awesome, outstanding. So yeah, where was I?
Did you keep the like Creole theme going with food? Did you get some Cajun food?
Maybe some margs.
So we did Mexican food, but we had the seafood Mexican. So it's like, it's similar where you get like a shrimp and crab enchiladas. So that was decent, but that is, I think, the biggest mistake that Sankey has made as the SEC commissioner. There's a lot of people that would disagree, but not moving the SEC tournament around. Like we Nashville every year, boo. But like Nashville's fun. Mix it up a little. Let's go to New Orleans, right? It was Georgia Dome, and then every 3 or 4 years they go to New Orleans, and then Georgia
and now
Dome.
We're going to Tampa.
And then Tampa every once in a while.
St. Louis for a year.
That was weird.
How many times did we go to New Orleans? We went to New Orleans like 3 times in 2012. I don't know if we've been back since, except for that CBS Sports Classic 2 days before Christmas where 100 people were there.
I twisted my ankle at that CBS Sports Classic. I was trying to walk from where the little media area was, and they had the media tables on those cheap risers in the corner of the, what's it called, the Smoothie King Center. So the game's over. I think they lost to UCLA or something. It was terrible.
Awful.
So I'm like trying to, grab all my stuff and hustle to the press conference, step off one of those cheap risers, twist my ankle. So I'm like hobbling to the press conference, sit there, listen to Cal do his Cal thing, finish up my work. I go out to meet my husband and one of our friends who lived in New Orleans at the time. They are 3 sheets to the wind drunk, having the time of their life, like in the French Quarter. And I was so upset. I was like, I can barely walk, and you all are like having the time of it. Yeah. That was one of my least favorite trips to New Orleans. Otherwise, it's one of my favorite cities in the world. But yeah, we should go back to New Orleans and not twist our ankles.
I've seen
I'm good on skipping New Orleans. I was the best man at a bachelor party there. I left it all on the field, New Orleans. I don't need to revisit those nights.
Was that the time I saw you there? Like,
oh, you know what? I think it was.
Yeah.
Randomly cross paths in New Orleans.
Yeah, it's like we just both happened to be, doing New Orleans at the same time.
And it wasn't for a UK related thing. That is super random.
Yeah.
I was there for a bachelor party. Great times.
Which, by the way, somebody brought it up on the board. We're getting really Cajun flavor on this coaching staff. We got Joey Sloan, who was at LSU and Louisiana Tech before. The word they're in pursuit of Jabbar Jaluke, who is a New Orleans native, or he is a New Orleans native. He coached at Edna Carr High School there for a decade and spent some time at LSU, was recently at Florida. We might have a very Cajun coaching staff. And if that means that more tailgates with gumbo and jambalaya,
bring it on.
Twist
Can we
my
get
arm.
like Van Hiles up here as part of it?
Oh, yeah.
We joked about it, Drew, about Van putting his resume in. I think he's got enough New Orleans or enough Louisiana. Like, they got to look at that resume.
We'll take all the New Orleans they want to bring to us. The Cajun, bring it. They used to do the crawfish boil under the Stoops regime. That they were dipping a toe into the Creole. Let's bring everybody. I'm just not going down there. And it looks like in the comment section, neither is Alan Mister, because he commented that he crapped his pants in New Orleans that night.
If there's any place it could happen, it would probably be New Orleans.
I didn't get to ask this person about it. I won't say his name, so this can't be clipped. But let's just say a basketball player I've seen recently. If you follow KSR, you probably have a pretty good guess. But I was reminded that this person who won the 2012 national championship was on Bourbon Street that night in uniform. Like, what a move. What a move, right?
That's awesome.
I'm just going to go meet my friends wearing my full uniform after winning the ship.
All right. Best cities to celebrate a championship.
New Orleans.
Oh, yeah. New Orleans has got to be
Vegas.
See,
New Orleans.
I would think it would be between Vegas and New Orleans. Some might say New York City.
New York would be fun. That was my only other thought.
I think a lot of people would like Miami. Something about Miami repulses me. There's nothing. The only way I will go to Miami is to fly there to get to Key West or maybe Fort Lauderdale. But like SoFlo, like that is it's a different country. And I like my different countries to be a lot weirder. And they're just a little too, look at me at the club. Like I'm not a club guy, right?
Yeah. They're French and they're in the club.
I don't
apparently.
know. Looking at you right now, it screams about to head out to the club. All right,
Sam's Club.
Yes, Sam's Club.
I know they don't want me in the damn club. They even make me show ID to get inside of Sam's Club. That's Kanye. A little Kanye there for you. Nick, to keep us on task a little bit, tell us about the new defensive coordinator. We did a little football talk there.
Yep.
So it's not the guy from Ozark.
No, it is.
I'm going to make that mistake a lot.
I prefer Horrible Bosses version.
He's great.
Very underrated comedy. Also, Arrested Development. Did you all watch Arrested Development?
Loved it.
It was so cringe. Like I almost hated it because it made me uncomfortable. What they did to our poor defensive coordinator, Jay Bateman. But Jay Bateman is let me just go through a couple boxes. Like essentially a big sticking point for me was you needed experienced guys when you had a young coach. And so this checks an experience box. He's a mid-50s something. He spent a long time in the FCS, was killing it at Army, moved on up to North Carolina, where Mac Brown kind of was doing the Mark Stoops version of offensive coordinators with his defensive coordinators. He just kept hiring guys who couldn't get it right because it was the ACC and his offense scoring a lot of points, really put their defense a lot of stress. So he doesn't do well, goes to Florida, ends up at A&M. He's calling plays last year. Things just okay. Elko's like, I'm going to do play calling this year. They're awesome this year. So there's some mixed reviews on Bateman, but he checks the experience box. He also checks SEC experience. He's been in the league. He knows how it works. He also is what Will Stein said he was going to do. He said he wasn't going to hire friends. Initially, it felt like it was only going to be Louisville guys and UTSA guys. But no, his coordinators are guys that weren't really connected in the coaching community whatsoever. And this guy's also exactly what you asked him, Drew. Like, are you a bend, don't break guy? And he said, no, I want an aggressive guy. A&M led the league in sacks, and they were second tackles for loss. And they were also at the very bottom in explosive plays allowed because they were just pinning their ears back and going after him. And in the last box, these guys are all recruiters. Sloan, big-time recruiter. He gets Kenny Darby in. Same thing you can say about Bateman. He's got some serious recruiting chops. So there are going to be some questions resume-wise, but you just got two guys who were coordinators in the SEC a year ago to come to Kentucky. That's 2 thumbs up. You don't normally see that at a place like Kentucky.
Are you all watching the volleyball? I know we're looking at each other here.
Yeah,
Kentucky leads 9-7, second set. They were down earlier, but they just panned the crowd, and people got in. I don't know if you all caught it that exact
moment. They said
moment.
It wasn't quite a sellout, but it was close.
Whatever they just showed looked to be full to the very top.
They were doing like this.
The monster block.
Monster block.
That's what it is. Okay, I was like, what is it?
Monster block.
We need to talk about that briefly because it is. I think monster block is the most unique cheer in all of sports anywhere. I say that because it's not a cheer that one specific team has. It is an NCAA sanctioned. When any team gets a block, we're going to play this in the arena. So, like, neutral site, which technically this is, even though it's a Kentucky home game, like, they play monster block, and everybody does the monster block if it's their team. So, like, I can't think of another cheer in all of sport that can apply to any team. Maybe, like, defense.
That's a jam.
Like, you aren't getting that anywhere else.
Wait. Yo, that is so awesome. That's what we're missing by not being in historic Memorial Coliseum right now.
Lizzie
I do
Carr, she's
love
got 2 of those blocks so far.
Richmond just asked in the comments, who should he tip for this volleyball stream? And Austin said, LOL, who is Ryan tipping right now? So you're
Ryan's napping right now.
You pulled this up on YouTube thinking it was the Kentucky stream. Yes, it is. And we will take all of your super chats and tips.
I can spin my camera around. I got the game on right here. We could kind of
don't get us in more trouble this week.
Steve, can we get a 4th box? I'll log in on my phone and just aerates what's on my screen here. Looking good though. 12-9, second set. They did a big feature on Brooklyn DeLay and Eva Hudson before. I don't know if y'all were watching. I watched the last match too, but we already know how good they are. But hearing, like, I think it was a former Florida coach talking about how that's just impossible to when they have one on each end like that. Like, I think there was the Florida coach last year. She was like, we had enough problem with Brooklyn DeLay by herself. It got real unfair when Eva Hudson joined the fold.
Mrs. Roush's analysis of the first game was, I mean, Cal Poly should probably, like, they're letting some stuff up, but whenever UK wants to, they can just take over. And that's going to be their thing all year, is just they're going to, because like you said, they had the best hitter in the SEC, and then they added the best hitter in the SEC. That's unreal. Like, I mean,
back-to-back players of the year, still teammates.
And it's different too in football. Like, if you had multiple running backs, like maybe you would say like the Lions last year with Gibbs and Montgomery, but that's not the same. Like, I think back to Arkansas when they had McFadden and Felix Jones. But even then, like, these are
like the same style. It's like just like a clone.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I thought he was really pulling up the stream. I was like,
Steven,
oh God, we're going to get shut down.
Maybe he's going to get some stats. Yeah, there's some stats.
Well, yeah, we could get like a game cast kind of thing.
I can't read that. Do I need to get my glasses out?
Get the readers.
13-12. There we go. Oh, Steve, I can't see that. Can anybody see that?
No.
That's going on. That's going on. Feel free, if you all paying attention, to chime in anytime. I'm trying to watch it and yap here.
I'm just glad that Lizzie Carr is doing so well. I remember I interviewed Andrew Carr for that piece I did last year, and as part of it, I interviewed her too. And like, it was right when she had gotten to UK because she transferred in mid-season or mid-semester between the 2 semesters. And she's just been great. I mean, we need to like go back and release some of that footage, because it was cool to hear Andrew kind of brag on his little sister. And now his little sister is a bona fide volleyball star. So
I went to a restaurant when they were playing one of their early season matches, and he was there eating, but volleyball was on. Dude was locked in. He was with 4 people, but he might as well have been at a table by himself. His eyes did not leave the TV. Just a proud brother, but it was fun watching him watch her, knowing all the success he has.
So if UK wins today, they'll play Saturday. Say they win Saturday. What is Craig Skinner going to do to get people to go to the Final Four? I mean, he's gone to the top of the Fifth Third building. He was in a jet, like a plane. Like, what could he possibly do next?
See, I thought this was his end game because it's their last homestand, so he kind of has an out. Like somebody on KS board, Ali Tucker, in fact, said that he has a plan. If UK keeps winning, like, he has another stunt in mind.
I would think it would be a moon AI video.
Maybe
just like the original moon landing. I did think he should have saved the fighter jet for last. There could have been several in betweens.
Like a hot air balloon or something.
He could have figured something out. So if there is another layer, I don't know what he could possibly do. I thought
there's the Final Four is at Kansas City.
Yeah,
maybe it's something related to Kansas. Maybe he rides a horse to Kansas City. I don't know.
Taylor Swift's private plane. He takes that to Kansas City. Well, let's get to Kansas City.
We got a super chat.
Oh, super chat. F. David Miller 2. No, not F. David Miller. We love David Miller. F. David Miller 2 is his name. He's just helping out the stream. Love all of you. We love you too, at F. David Miller. Thank you for that. Throw in a question or anything else too if you want us to read it. We're trying to read those.
Can I just say too that Lizzie Carr, like, she has 6 kills as a middle, and they don't get fed as much as the outsides. That's nuts. She's playing awesome. Damn. Yeah, Kentucky's front line, pretty great.
She a junior or a senior? I think she's a junior.
The other part of it too is she came from Purdue, and so did Eva Hudson. I think Purdue lost their entire team, but didn't fire their coach, which I don't know how coaches survive in women's sports, where they're just because that happens a lot where they're just like they all get tired of the coach and just leave. I don't know how they keep their jobs after all of that, but I guess it's
Now the broadcast has Brooklyn DeLay throwing a football to Molly Tuzzo. We got our swag going.
shout out to Molly Tuzzo. Hey, shout out to Trinity Ward. She's my neighbor. Like,
shout out to her.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Lives down the street. Shout out.
Yeah, shout out Tyler's dog.
Yep, shout out Remy.
Let's keep it moving here. We'll check back in on volleyball. 16-12 in the second set. Hopefully they can finish that one off. Make this quick work of Cal Poly, which we learned is a school that has multiple technical paths. We'll call them nerds.
Is that what Poly means?
Yeah. It's exactly what it means. Let's do Christmas talk. I think I said this 3 weeks ago. I said as soon as the happy hour is done, I'm walking over and putting up my Christmas tree. My Christmas tree has been in a box on my kitchen floor for almost a month now. But I think tonight's tonight. I think tonight's tonight. I have a nice pot roast on the stove. I'm getting notes of rosemary coming through the house. What better time than to turn on Home Alone or Christmas Vacation tonight? After we get this dub, a couple country boys in and put up my Christmas tree. I think tonight's the night. I think.
That sounds awesome. We've had our tree up for, let's see, over a week. Yeah, week and a half. That, and we have a live tree, so that's pretty long. Like you can't have a live tree for like a month and a half or 2 months because it'll just dry out. We're already fighting the battle with the pine needles. So, but it's totally worth it. Like the smell is just I love it.
Yeah, that's the part that I miss most about not having a live tree is the smell. It just gets you in the Christmas mood. But I am, I wouldn't say full blown Griswold, but I mean, you know,
yeah, you're full blown Griswold. Yeah.
Before the show started, I had to go out and fix some decorations because we had a windy night the other night, and it's one of those where we only have a couple outdoor deals. Okay, go refill yourself up. So I was like, you know what? We need a couple. It feels like a half-ass setup. So like, I took the kids to Lowe's. They picked out a couple more inflatables. So we got a Snoopy out there with the Minion. Got a couple other Snoopy things. I've got a couple blow molds. So, you know, and it's like, all right, we're going to do it bigger this year. First night, I put the big Snoopy out there. In the wind, I wake up and he's just laying on the ground, holding on for dear life. So I had to go out there and reinforce Snoopy because the thing is if we got all this snow coming in, you know, like it's really complicated.
What are you supposed to get?
They said like 2 to 5, and then we're going to get another couple this weekend. So I'm hoping that that the second attempt to fortify Snoopy and keep him down worked. But yeah, we're all in on the Christmas spirit at the Roush House. Not only I was having some anxiety because the coaching search, it was a very half-ass job. Like we had put up some stuff, but it wasn't all the way. And I was getting like severe anxiety seeing Christmas decorations just out, but not where they should be and not all the way out. It was really irritating.
We did ours in stages because of that. It's like, I know I'm not going to have enough time to just do it all in one day. So we're going to have to stage this thing out. But it's, I love just having the tree on, and we got some new decorations in the living room. Like it's feeling very jolly. I have watched, since we talked about Hallmark Christmas movies last week, I've watched a terrible Netflix Christmas movie. I bailed on Champagne Problems, but I watched A Merry Little Xmas with Alicia Silverstone and Oliver Hudson. Really good. Like better than just terrible, cheesy Hallmark Christmas movie. It's like something you could actually watch and halfway enjoy. So if you need a recommendation, A Merry Little Xmas is fantastic.
Ooh, I feel like there's always a couple rom-coms out there that I just missed. So like a couple years ago it was Love Actually. I'd missed it. So I got to experience Love Actually for the first time. And the other night it was The Family Stone. I got to watch that for the first time. And
I haven't seen that in forever.
That you know, like it's some of the themes are a little bit sadder. But the scene at the very end where just basically everything hits the fan, my wife was like, "What is wrong with you? This is not that funny." I'm just over there just tickled, just I mean, it was good stuff. Got me feeling great.
Have you seen The Holiday?
Is
That's a
that Queen Latifah?
No, it's Cameron
It's Barbershop.
Diaz.
Yeah, no. Queen Latifah's the last Holiday. She thinks she's dying. The Holiday is Cameron Diaz and
Kate Winslet and Jack Black and Jude
Jude
Law.
Law.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is the
yeah.
last holiday a sequel to the holiday?
I think they just
Twisted
ran out of
sequel.
names. Do you, Drew? Do you like any of like the really old ones, like the 50s sort of Christmas movies?
Listen, I mean, if they're on, I will sit down and enjoy them. I'm not seeking them out this time of year. I pretty much have my rotation. That's the ones everyone likes.
Mhm.
But like, sometimes A Miracle at 34th Street will end up on, one of those channels that just
Yeah.
plays on a loop. But I'm not turning off, reaching for the remote. I'll take it in and enjoy it. But it's not in my rotation. I've got a pretty steady. Home,
Mhm.
everybody's Home Alone, Christmas Vacation, Elf. Just keep it on a repeat. Especially if we're just up doing stuff around the house or cooking, whatever. It's just good background noise.
My oldest is 5, and last year was the first time we got to introduce him to Home Alone. And
classic.
like getting like a 5-year-old and like this year the 3-year-old, he gets what's going on. I mean, some of the movie, it's like, well, when are we going to get to the good part, Dad? Like, are we close? I'm like, oh, don't worry, it's getting ready to happen. Watching them light up when those guys get hit in the face, or like, my only worry is just the middle child. He's a hellion, and he now wants to like do some of these things. Like, if somebody comes, I'm going to hit them in the face with the iron, or I'm going to light their hair on fire. I'm like, okay, this is.
Too soon. You're gonna step on a nail in your own home.
This would murder someone if you drop a cinder block from 4 stories up.
I haven't decorated in my home. I've just been walking around the boxes for the last month. But last night I was eating at my parents' house, and my dad mentioned he had never seen that Shinaway house in Lexington. I was like, get in the car. Let's go.
Oh, yeah.
So we went. I don't know. I was going to send this to Steven. I don't know if it translates, but this place, I don't know if anyone has seen it. It is so unreal.
Oh,
It's not really doing it justice. They now have it where it used to be you had to stay on the road. They just let you walk up on it now. Like,
Nice.
I'm not saying sit on their porch, but they don't stop you from sitting on their porch. It's like it used to be a drive-by thing, and now pretty soon they'll just be letting people use the bathroom, I think. But that's the most festive thing I've done this year. I started to go down to the new Gatton Park downtown. They have a setup. And we got halfway there and remembered that the Trans-Siberian Orchestra was in town. I didn't want to get caught in rough traffic, but it's getting very festive around Lexington here.
The Chinaway house, like, how do you decide, all right, we're going to be the Christmas house and we're going to be totally fine with people, 1, driving by, 2, walking up into our house. Like, that's a commitment. Because the year that you don't do it, people are going to be like lined up outside your house waiting, like, why aren't you doing the decorations this year?
And the like parking there's not really a place to park.
No.
So I thought about their neighbors must just hate it. Like,
yeah.
I'll admit I'm in the bike lane. I was the 9th car in the bike lane with flashers on, so I didn't feel that bad. But it was kind of chaos around there. It's just one after another going in.
We have a similar deal in Louisville for Halloween. Crescent Hill is there's like a, I don't know, 1 mile stretch or so of houses that is their thing. Like Halloween. Every house does it super big. So it's almost sort of if you move in here, you've got to buy in, right? Like you've got to go all in. I just wonder, the hard part about Christmas lights is it's a little chilly outside. So are you doing all of this, or are you delegating any of it? Like how?
It's all indoors, not going outside.
Yeah, because
I don't do that. I don't do the outdoor light. Maybe I'll get to that point. I'll throw a spotlight on a nice wreath. That's the extent of my outdoor.
I can't. But now, like, that's a pretty booming business, is paying people to put Christmas lights up.
Yeah.
Oh, my whole neighborhood. I feel like they're using the same company. It's like every time I come home from work, I'm passing that same van putting Christmas lights on another house. They must be making a fortune.
And now there are some people where it's popular to just put on LED lights that just stay up year round, that you can
change colors.
Yeah. Which getting, a drunk brother-in-law where he's like, watch this, like that. It's a good time.
My neighborhood's having a contest. They just put out an email or like in the Facebook group, and some people, not gonna say it's tacky, but we have a lot of inflatables. We have some houses that are like, I'm gonna put an inflatable on top of my inflatable, and then I'm gonna put that inside an inflatable.
Yeah, and that there is a line. Like
Yeah.
I think I've hit the max at 3, and only one of them is over 3 feet tall. I'm more
we
of a
have
wall
the-
mold guy.
We have like you can't see their house. There's so many, and they're the
Okay.
big.
There's a
I
15-foot reindeer 2 blocks away from our house, and it's so tall. 15 feet is probably underestimating. It's taller than the power lines.
Yeah.
And I'm
See,
like,
ours are meant for car lots. I think they're so big in this
See,
neighborhood. Some
if
of them.
you're gonna go tacky, do a frosty that's bigger than your house, right? Like that's the
Yeah.
kind of like I'm here for that. But like if it is just, there is a limit. I feel like there does need to be a limit on the inflatables.
So when I go cook, or not, I'm already cooking this beautiful pot roast I smell. But what's my first movie? Am I just going with my routine, or should I go to one of these old ones?
I think you should.
Was the last holiday better than the holiday?
I think Curveball, 4 Christmases.
it's a good one. We talked about that last week. Yeah.
It's a great tertiary one. That and like Christmas with the Cranks, like they're not main ones, but they're good kind of. Oh man, I forgot about this part. Like that's funny.
I think you should start with the classic. Start with Christmas Vacation because you want to maximize your Christmas joy now that everything's up. You can get to the new stuff later. Start with the OG, the classic. Oh, well, it looks like UK just won the second set. All right. 25-19. Here comes the sweep. We're coming on it. But yeah, that'd be my recommendation. Start with Christmas Vacation and then work your way back. Like maybe do a Home Alone. We had Home Alone 2 on randomly the other day. That's a great movie. I mean, except for the part at the very beginning with Donald Trump, but they edit that out of the TV version now. So.
Big New York guy. I love seeing old New York.
Yeah.
I saw a making of Home Alone or one of those sort of deals. It was on Netflix. And they said that Home Alone 2 bombed and it's like critically terrible. And I want to ask all of these people, who are you? Home Alone 2 is great. But you know what you're going to get, but that doesn't make it any worse. I don't understand the Home Alone 2 haters out there. Identify yourselves. This is ridiculous. The concept is like buying into the concept period. I mean, they have a house full of 20 children and they all sleep past 8 a.m. That like premise from the jump is just completely spoiled. So don't act like number 1 is realistic and number 2 is so unrealistic that a kid could check into the Plaza Hotel. Give me a freaking break.
You focus on checking the Plaza Hotel. How do the parents do it again? Which leads me right into our next topic, Nick.
Oh, yeah.
Is there going to be a moment where Abby and I fly to vacation and I'm halfway to our destination and realize I forgot my child? Or is that just in the movies?
I think that's just in the movies, Drew. I don't think you should have to worry too much. Although Luckett is more of the expert on flying with children. I have yet to try to conquer that one. I've mastered some long road trips, which can be challenging.
You probably know how to drive to Ohio with children if I were guessing.
Yeah.
That's also I'm going to be making that same drive. That's part of the advice I need here.
So
we both took the Vince Marrow approach to marriage and went into Ohio.
Mm-hmm. We went to Ohio, got 5 stars, really outkicked our coverage. That trip isn't too bad, right? Like, because I will tell you, there is a Chick-fil-A. Yeah, but I know my exits, right? I figured out my exits on where you can stop and where you can't. But it's going to be very exciting. It's just, I think my best advice as a parent is as soon as you figure it out, you won't. Like,
I don't have anything figured out. I haven't even figured this out. How am I going to figure something else out?
It's just they change so quickly to where you get them into a routine with bedtime or feeding or whatever, and then they grow up some more, and then whatever your trick was, it doesn't work anymore. But we had like one baby. If he was sad, you would put on the Ohio State marching band. The other was Elton John. And the other one's just an angel. So like, you never know what you're going to get. I did share when you shared the news, there's a book that got passed around my friend group when we all started having kids called 12 Hours of Sleep by 12 Weeks. And it essentially is just reminder that babies, they will become adults, and you can train them like adults train for marathons. You get them into routines for sleep, and part of that means they have to learn how to get themselves back to sleep. So like when they wake up in the middle of the night and they cry, don't just immediately go pick them up. Like that's like the worst thing you can do. And granted, when they're like teeny tiny, but like when they get a little older, you don't just pick them up right away. You let them cry a little bit. Babies cry. Like it's going to be all right. Baby cries a little. You're not a bad parent. Babies are going to cry. You let them figure it out, and they're going to do just fine.
And when I interviewed Nick at Huge Ass Burgers, I think in the year 2011, I didn't think we'd get to this point in our KSR relationship. That's solid advice. Tyler, where do you think I am on letting Ryan or Matt have any kind of babysitting responsibilities?
I was going to say, when you let the baby cry, make sure Matt's in the room because he will lose his mind. And I think when you told me the news that you guys were expecting, my immediate response, of course, I'm so happy. I'm so excited for you all to become parents because you're going to be awesome at it. But I was like, well, what did Matt say? Because this is kind of like, you're his road trip buddy.
Yeah.
You're the one. No more just going on a week-long road trip to wherever.
I'm pretty excited about the first morning show where like daycare was canceled or I don't have a babysitter. And they're just high chair right next to me at KSR from 10 to 12. That'll go over really well.
It'll be awesome radio. I can't wait.
The point you made, though, Uncle Ryan is going to be like good, but also dangerous, like he's gonna be great. He's gonna be great, but at the same time, you're gonna be like, what did he teach you?
I gotta say this about Ryan. I was hesitant. You all have known for a while. We did a pretty good job keeping it secret. I was hesitant for telling Ryan too early because Ryan ain't not the best secret keeper. You all don't know how much anxiety I've had on the show, just thinking at any moment he's just going to blurt it out and spoil.
I thought you were going to spoil, or you were going to spill the beans last week on Happy Hour because we were doing KS board questions, and you were like, "Guys, I've got a big confession. I got to tell you all something." I was like, "Oh God, here we go! It's at the end of KSR Happy Hour," and it was that you watched Hallmark movies.
But I can control my own messaging. With Ryan, I fully. And he doesn't even realize he would do this, but we would go to remotes and there'd be 15, 20 people sitting there in chairs. We're there a little early. He'd be like, there's the dad to be as loud as possible. I'd be like, Ryan, shh. And I just kept waiting. I had already told Shannon and Billy, anyone that is near producing a show, you hit the dump button if Ryan ever says anything. But Uncle Ryan made it through.
Good job, Ryan.
That was the biggest surprise.
So that's why people show up to remotes to get Scoop from Scoop Lemon.
Oh yeah. And all the off-air conversations. But no, we're excited. I appreciate everybody reaching out saying congrats. I hated we had to announce the day of the Gonzaga game because I wanted to be on my phone saying thank you, getting lots of messages and all that. But also I wanted to be nowhere near my phone during that chaos. I was in Nashville, changing subjects a little bit. Yeah, and I did a good job of unplugging for the game. When I woke up Saturday morning, I was like, let's just rip the Band-Aid off. Let's check the temperature. It's about 9 a.m. I'm just laying there. First tweet I see on like my For You, it wasn't even like an account I follow, but it was a breakdown of Pope's buyout. And I just threw my phone down. I was like, I just got done doing the buyout thing for a couple of years. I cannot do this. But that was my Nashville experience too. I had to separate from that. Tyler, I appreciated you picking up extra load and having to do that rapid reaction you all had. I watched
36-minute rapid reaction.
Yeah, I watched that in the hotel room also as I was catching up.
Peak has really beat the dead horse on this, but there is when was the last time people were happy in Nashville?
It's been a long time. I mean, you could count maybe the Oklahoma win in the second round last year with, Otega Oweh's buzzer beater, but that's the next day they lost by like 30 to Alabama.
Yeah.
So
he was so quick to put that up.
Oh, he has it on his mind constantly.
No.
Well, because even when you go back to Music City Bowls, Kentucky's lost the last ones of those. Like, it was fun when Shea was beating the crap out of Louisville, but then we lost to Northwestern. So like Shea year was the last good year.
Yeah, games. I mean, they've had an okay record against Vanderbilt basketball recently. They won the game before last, football versus Vandy. But
But
yeah,
nobody went. That stadium was under
right. And
construction.
it was a weird
Meany
game. It's
stunk.
How
yeah,
did we get here?
I'm not looking forward to Saturday. I don't know. I'm very scared about Saturday's game. And
Well, as you should be. I mean,
yeah.
especially, I mean, Lamar Wilkerson, we thought was going to be the guy for Kentucky for a little bit, and then he just dropped 40 in 20 minutes. So, like, you know,
that happening at the end of UK's game while it was wrapping up Tuesday was just like, well, here comes that. Oh,
the part
We took him to Keeneland. He got to go to the winner's circle.
yeah. And
We need to take that back from him.
it would be cool if, like, you saw it at the start of both the North Carolina and the Gonzaga games, where it's like you see the defense initially and you're like, okay, but then on offense, there's no clear goal of what they want to accomplish. And like that, like talk to Jeff Schwartz. It's on the YouTube channel. He's a big Oregon fan. He talked about Will Stein's offense. And he's like, I don't know much about Kentucky, but you're going to see an offense that has a sense of purpose to it. And last year, like we knew what the jig was, right? Like Lamont Butler drives the lane, kicks it outside. Otega Owe can be a bully, but you have guys who hit threes. You see that when they play the bad teams, but when they play the good teams, it's like they're too bad to be able to dribble inside and they're too bad to get open on the outside. And that's the part that I'm just like, I know the shell of this of like I've seen the purpose against the bad teams. Why does it look so clunky and just like against the good teams? It's
the fundamentals. They can't do the fundamentals, and that's just absurd to me. Even if they're not as talented as we heard that they were or they were billed as, they can't pass the ball. I mean, the number of just like turnovers that were just thrown straight out of bounds, airballed threes. I mean, it's one thing to see it on TV. It's another to see it where Steven and I saw it. We had great seats. We were like right in the end zone. That's where they put the media in Bridgestone. And up close, it is awful. But I told myself last week that I was manifesting a win because I wasn't ready to accept that this Kentucky team was as bad as they had seemed in the first 3 games against ranked opponents. They were even worse in the fourth, which in Indiana, thankfully, isn't that good. They're not a Gonzaga. I don't think many teams, to be frank, are Gonzaga this year. But still, they got a kid, Wilkerson, who can just go off. And I'm worried that that's going to happen Saturday. And it's just going to get even uglier. Like, if they lose in Rupp, like I want to be positive about this team. And yeah, there were some promising things that you saw against NC Central, but NC Central is bad. And in the first half, they were hanging right with Kentucky at times. So really worried about Saturday night. I mean, we'll get to St. John's when we get to it, but if Indiana beats Kentucky in Rupp Arena with the kid that we wanted that chose Indiana over Kentucky, I don't.
Well, here
put on the Christmas movies.
Let's not go down that road. As Peake said, we're in the trapezoid of excellence. What if Dark Pope is what they need to turn the pressure into a sense of urgency rather than just like crumpling under it?
I hope so. I mean, he has certainly had a different demeanor in the past game. Or, he looked like a totally different coach. Like he's been sad in post-game press conferences before.
He was mad.
But he was mad.
That was good.
He was like, it was like, anger just boiling under his skin, mad. So we'll see.
Just firing off.
Steven,
They're all Steven. Every one of these are Steven.
Oh, the best too. It peaked. Like, just come on in and talk. Is like even when we're not on air, like Peake will just hit you with these talking points. Like just we're getting ready to do 11 personnel yesterday. He's like, so what do you think about
He's passionate.
I don't know. I appreciate y'all's opinions. We're in the trapezoid of excellence. We're 355th in Ken Palm's luck ranking. Shots are going to start falling. They have to. The other team's going to start missing because they have to. And eventually, I don't know. I can't just not be like this, or else it's going to be miserable. So I just have to believe the luck will eventually swing to our side.
See, and here's where I can get with you. I am going to say something that sounds like a negative Nancy, but this is just a reminder from your Uncle Nick, because I might have gotten swept up in a bad team going on a win streak against bad teams and thinking like, maybe they are good. That's going to happen at some point this year for the basketball team.
But were they ever in the trapezoid of excellence?
They were in the hexagon of suck in the last year of Mark Stoops.
The hexagon of playing teams who fired their coach.
No kidding.
Yeah.
I'm with Tyler. I share a little bit of worry about that game coming up. And you can't take much from beating NC Central. And I went back and watched the replay and was really watching just a lot of, the secondary stuff. It seems that they were intentional and they're communicating and they're hustling. Like they know that's been the problem. So I can't take a lot away from winning by 40 or whatever it was. But maybe they've at least hit reset on attitudes. And then we'll see if the basketball takes the next step.
So Saturday, I'm attending a diaper party that is happening in advance of this game that will probably bleed into it. This is my point, Drew, where I tell you, for the love of God, do not get talked into couples baby showers. Do a diaper party. Do not do a couples baby shower. I don't know what it is. Like, Tyler, you've been to baby showers. Does anybody like baby showers?
No.
Yeah. Like, so why should the man have to go? My buddy who's about to have a child. He's been drugged through at least 2, maybe 3 of these baby showers where he's going to sit up there and and open up gifts and do I understand the concept of baby showers. It's cool. It's fun. Why would a man have to get drugged through that? Right? Like, can we just hang out and, do some drinking? Like, does it
we
have
even
to be...
tried to have a cool baby shower for my brother when he had his first kid, and it was like a couples one, but you can only play so many games and try to make them fun before everybody else is like, okay,
all right,
this is enough. Like, we did the whole melt the candy bar and the diaper and try and figure out what candy bar it is. Have you all ever played that one?
That's okay. See, that's fun for a little bit. Right.
It's fun for a little bit. I think we also, that's way back when the Titans were good and there was a Titans playoff game on. So we also had that on. So
that baby can drive a car now.
He actually can. He just got his permit. So yeah, I mean, it was about as little as baby shower shower as you could have.
You combine it with a game. I'm not trying to diminish the celebration of you having a child, but we do not.
I'm just glad that we didn't have to do the gender reveal, because that's my pet peeve. Yeah.
I don't want to downplay my excitement. We're very excited, but I'm 40 doing this for the first time. I don't need to shoot a cannon of smoke. I don't need people coming over with gifts. We took advantage of Black Friday. I have packages showing up every day of things we needed. Shout out Black Friday. All their traditional stuff. Abby's kind of the same way. I mean, we're very excited and we're glad we have friends and family that care, but no, I'm not going to be having the big party with.
Now,
we opened an email. That was our gender reveal. We opened an email.
If you want to have a diaper party, though, Brooke will have to let me out of the house. So,
that's one thing. One of my good friends, when they had their first baby, just 12 of us went and had a 4-team golf or 3-team golf scramble, and everybody threw a thing of diapers in his car.
Yeah.
Before we went out and played, and then we drank beer.
Yeah.
And then we went home, and I'd love for that. Might do that. That was the extent of it, though. It's like, hey, good to see you. I'm the 12 tee time. Oh, here's your diapers, by the way. What beer you need? I'll see you on the tee box. That was the extent of it.
Yeah, that's a good call. And there is a one other reminder too. Just enjoy the home stretch with just you and Abby.
We keep bringing it. Yeah, we've been pretty lucky. We're like weekend warriors. We've done some fun traveling. We've had a lot of fun as just the two of us. It's not lost on us that those days are going to change. But as I keep telling her, not to get all serious here, but as you know, when you get to those moments with the kids, you'll wonder how you ever did it without them. So,
exactly.
I'm also reminding myself that we're getting very deep here.
Yeah, well, the big one is just the dinners, like a quiet dinner. That one is the one that because like I eat it gets 5 o'clock and my internal clock is like anxiety. Oh God, is everybody fed? Like because if not, they're gonna start screaming at me, you know.
Break
So
out,
like
you start.
like we for birthday dinner, the reservation was at 5:30, which is like let's be real, 5:30 at a dinner like that might as well be 3, right? We are the geriatrics in there, you know. So like, it's
I've got a
so
5:30
You all
tomorrow
can-
night, by the way.
I was gonna say we had a 6 o'clock reservation last night, but you all can just live your child-free lives vicariously through me because I'll still be out there, you know, traveling and not worrying about. Well, I'll be worrying about my dog Remy. That's about it. He seems like a child sometimes. So.
A lot of my good friends are living that life. It's called Dinks, double income,
Yeah.
no kids.
Dink life is
our
lovely.
Dink era is coming to an end. We remind ourselves that often. But
it's
we're
different
very
than dink and dunk.
excited. Which we also are saying goodbye to with Kentucky football, letting that happen to them. We got way off track on dad life. That got serious there for a minute. Let's up. What are we up? 13-3 here.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, it looks like they're about to complete the sweep.
Yeah. I think I need to wait.
Do we have some KS board questions while we
I
finish
think
up?
we
this,
only have one. Yeah, and it was from last week.
as we hopefully close the book with perfect timing on this volleyball too.
Yeah,
All right,
'cause I need to
Finnegan
wait
Ham,
for
one of Nashville's finest. At what temperature do you stop going outside except for work and groceries?
I included this one. We didn't get to it last week because it's supposed to get like painfully cold this week. And apparently you all are getting snow. But I think the
Yeah.
high in Nashville, and keep in mind, Nashville's, usually like 5 degrees warmer than Lexington. It's supposed to be like 27 on Sunday.
Oh yeah, that's good. That's good. Yeah.
I'm not going outside.
Yeah, I'm like teens. Because that usually means a wind chill in the zeros. With kids, like if they want to play in the snow, I can't let them out if it's in the teens or something, because then they just are immediately freezing. But yeah, I can suck it up and I'm fine with it. Like there were people outside running last night, and I would dabble with it if it's not windy. In the 30s, like that actually is kind of nice. But anything in the teens, that's when it gets a little too chilly for me.
I enjoy cold weather runs, but like you have to have good gloves or else, and even if you have just decent ones, like your hands are going to be freezing for the first mile and you just got to live with that. But once you get past the first mile, it's fine. But otherwise, I don't really want to leave the house if it's like 40 degrees or colder, like unless I have to. Like I'm not, if I'm walking Remy, which he demands to be walked every day, we're hustling around the block. It's cold. We're going home. Do your business quickly, please.
I don't mind it too much as long as I'm just not actually outside doing so. Like I can go run an errand or, there was one time the city was like completely shut down. They're like, do not drive unless your life is on the line. And a buddy of mine was like, hey man, you want to go to Red Lobster? And I was like, that sounds so good right now. And it took me like an hour and a half to get to Nicholasville Road to go to Red Lobster. So I don't mind getting out in it, but as far as actually being out in it and doing some kind of activity, probably about 40 degrees. That's all I need.
Oh man, yeah, that's football weather.
I'll drive in it. I'll go meet you somewhere indoors. I'm not afraid of getting out in it, but you're not going to see me walking the block or even going and getting the mail. The mail will be there 3 days later.
I just have to move, and when you work from home, you have to get out of the 4 walls can feel like prison sometimes.
Yeah, we have a new little coffee shop that opened like literally around the block, so that's my favorite thing. It's like a coffee shop plus a general store plus a home decor store. It's like just all in one, and it's my refuge. It's like at least twice a week I'm getting out and just going and getting coffee and coming home.
I mean, Kentucky
that sounds very East Nashville.
It is, yeah. It's a bodega. we call ourselves a bodega. It's like not a New York bodega like Bodega Cats. It's like a hipster artisan bodega.
So not the bodega that Isaiah Briscoe owns in New Jersey.
No, very different. Does that one have like soy oat milk lattes? And probably not. You never know.
Probably bagels and vapes. Your typical roadside stand. We got a little 19-5 here.
They are slow down. How are you winning this? Like it was what 20 to 5.
Got to write the recap.
What a beatdown! Yeah, I'm gonna go do that.
Yeah.
So You'll see that on the site in like 2 minutes. All right. See you.
Yeah.
All right. You need
Thank
me to
you
get
all
the
for-
graphic. I can get the graphic.
There we go. All right. I appreciate
Yeah.
it. Awesome.
Get to it. All right. This was fun here on the another week of the KSR Happy Hour. What's next week? We'll be back, I'm sure. There's nothing going on next Thursday,
Previewing.
right?
Yeah, you're not on the road. That was supposed to be your road trip week.
Well,
right?
actually, my brain was like, is it Christmas next? No, that's 2 weeks away. Yeah, we'll be back next week at 4. Thanks to Country Boy, LG&E and KU, Tyler Thompson and Nick Roush. I'm going to go finish this Country Boy and maybe put up a Christmas tree. Thank you all for watching and being a part of this. Thank you, Stephen, behind the camera. Go Cats. Let's finish this off.